What up, Static Selecting the show off.
And this is your boy Slaine.
You watching the Drama Queen on Miss Drama TV.
I serve your ass like John McEnroe. Put a 45 coat to the back of your skull. Cut my finger on a razor blade, bagging a blow. Hit the back door with a little straggler hoe. Oh, yeah, you heard the
one only Drama Queen. Of course, we have another exclusive interview. We have Boston's own Slaine, right? And Static Selektah. Now, they're coming together. They're working on a very exclusive project. Of course, Slaine, it's really about you because right now you have this album which is coming out October 26th, I believe.
Yeah, A World With No Skies.
A World With No Skies. And Static, even though I know we're going to be focusing on you working with Slaine here, you also have an album coming out.
Yeah, with my man Terminology. You know, we're all from the Boston area. It's called 1982. Same day, October 26th. Okay. But actually, you know, I worked on a couple of records on this album. I did 3 records on the album. And he'll tell you about the song we got in the movie, which is the #1 movie in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the time, my single is actually in the movie 99 Bottles, also
right.
A song that me and Stat collabed on called Run It. It's not on the album, it's on the soundtrack to the time.
Right.
And
I mean, you also were involved in the movie in other ways.
I played bank robber.
You played the bank robber. Yeah. So you got your like pretty boy on and everything, sort of, maybe a little bit.
Nobody's ever called me a pretty boy.
He looks the same.
I know, I'm just saying, like, as an actor, you know, I mean, anybody who's sitting in front of the camera.
I play the ugly guys in the movie.
I mean.
You know, it's cool though, I like that. You know,
right, you know.
If I was just normal looking, you know.
But you know, not to digress too much. Just talk a little bit about the role because you played you know, opposite, you know, Ben Affleck as part of the bank robber.
Ben Affleck and Jeremy Renner, who was up for an Oscar last year. You know, Pete Postlethwaite, who was, you know, he played Kobayashi in Usual Suspects, and he was up for an Academy Award before. Chris Cooper, who won an Academy Award, the cinematographer for the movie Robert Elswith, he won an Academy Award. So, you know, John Hamm has obviously got his thing popping with Mad Men, which is a huge show.
Right.
He's been up for a lot of Emmys. So, you know, working with people who are really established like that was an incredible experience, especially to have you know, a really sizable role like I had.
How did that even come about? Because that's such a curious thing. I mean, as an artist, you know, we see artists jumping into other mediums, whether it's movies, you know, production. But how did that come up for you specifically?
I mean, you know, like I had been grinding so long with my music, and you know, I was finally starting to get a little bit of light shown on me, and they have sometimes. You have to work 10 years just to get the littlest thing to happen, and sometimes, you know, the perseverance and all the work comes to fruition in other ways, and that was kind of the case with this, where it was timing. They did an article about me in the Boston Herald, and, you know, Ben was cast in the movie at the same time. He saw my picture and my story. He wanted me to come in. I went in, I read like 5 times, and really liked, you know, what I brought to the role. And just kind of
like opportunity just knocked at your door in a way, right?
That was Gone Baby Gone.
That was Gone.
That was Gone Baby Gone. So then
that was the first one. So now when he shot the second one, he was like, "I'm looking for a role for you, buddy. I'm not sure which one it could be, though." You know. And then I was like, "Why don't you let me read from one of the bank robbers?" And he's like, "All right, go ahead, read from one of the bank robbers." I read once this time instead of 5 times, and sealed the deal.
So did that mean? I mean, you and him have a kind of a personal relationship? Do you?
Well, we didn't before. You know, he. Like I said, he saw me in the paper, and I would say since then we've developed a good relationship. Like, you know, I think there's a mutual respect, but I also look at him like a mentor and somebody who, to be quite honest, changed my life with the opportunities that he gave me. And, you know, he's really shown me a lot, taught me a lot, showed me a lot of love. And, you know, we had a good conversation at the premiere, and thanked me for hitting a home run with both movies.
Nice.
You know, so he's proud of me and watched me grow. But at the same time, like, I wouldn't have been able to do it if I didn't have him in my corner and kind of push me. So you know, we've developed a good relationship. I didn't know him before that, but you know.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just really interesting. Now, Static, I have to ask you this. Now, I know you're probably, I don't know the answer quite yet, but you aren't related or anything, right? You ain't like.
My mother calls him her lost child.
Oh, lost child.
You don't know how many times I went to the movie premiere at Fenway Park, which was an incredible experience. They had it like, you know, I grew up going to Fenway. I'm a Red Sox fan, all that, but going, you know, to the movie premiere at Fenway, they had the screen on the field and all that, and I didn't know how much Slaine was gonna be in the movie. Like, he's literally in in the whole movie. So after the movie, he's off, you know, doing what he's doing, talking to people, and I'm walking through, and people are like, "Great job, Slaine! Oh, can I take a picture? Can I take like?"
And what did you do? I was a couple pictures.
No, I'm like, come on, I don't do that. I gave the credit where it's due, but I was just really, I mean, seeing my name in the movie was amazing. I used to write the song.
Right.
So Slaine did the right thing. He could have put performed by Slaine, but it says performed by Slaine and Static Selektah. And I appreciate him doing that because, you know, you don't see producers' names as the artist, you know what I mean? And I am an artist and I have albums out and all that, but he didn't have to do that, he did it. So I appreciate him doing that because at the end of the day, this movie thing, the TV thing, the video games is where the money's going to be in in the music world. I have the privilege of doing Grand Theft Auto, and I actually have a couple more movies I'm working on TV and all that. So
now, is this behind the scenes, or are we going to see in front of the camera too?
Definitely in front of the camera, but I'm talking about music for that.
Right.
But I mean, if you check out my video So Close So Far with Bun B and Wale, I'm acting in that. So that was my first experience working with a real director. Shout out to Rik Cordero, who actually just I'm not gonna put it out there. It's not out there yet, but he just basically signed on to one of the illest director of all times. He's now down with him, and he won the award for best movie at the HBO Latino Film Festival. And I produced a song in that movie too. So shout out to Rik Cordero for really coaching me on the acting thing. And I'm following and watching. I'm on his coattails.
Okay. I think it's going to come full circle because again, if people are passing him off,
play his brother in the movie. There we go. You need we're trying to find a brother for you.
I'm loving it already. Now let's delve into a little bit of the album because we know that that's kind of what's coming out. We're basically in October now, so that's coming out really soon. Talk a little bit more. What can people expect from this? Because you know we've seen you in the atmosphere of kind of giving that real hip hop, that authenticity, definitely representing for your area, but also just kind of hip hop in general. What can people feel? I know you have some really exciting features on it. Just talk about some of that brief so people get an idea of what to expect.
I think, you know, you can definitely expect, I felt like I've had a lot of potential over the, and I'm never quite satisfied with anything I do, and I think a lot of people have invested time into me and just showing me mad love and seeing like where I could potentially grow into an artist, and I think this is the realization of that. Like this is where I've developed into this artist that I always wanted to become. This record is relentless. It's very personal. It's very hard. It's aggressive, and it's basically it's an autobiography.
Okay. And then also just to kind of as well as highlight some of the things that you got going on too, Static, the album with Terminology.
I got the album Terminology, but I mean it's a masterpiece honestly because me and Term had so many years to really think about where we wanted to go, and we got a lot of our good friends on the album like Bun B, Mass Mike Miles, Freeway, Saigon, Styles P, Inspector Deck. There's a lot of special guests. I know I'm forgetting a couple people. But outside of that, that comes out the same day as that. Outside of that, I've really just been focusing again on everybody's album. I'm on Slaine's album, I'm on Sheek Louch's album, I'm on Consequences, I'm on Noreaga's, I'm on Styles, I'm on Shock to Seven Esoteric, Boston fam. I'm basically trying to be on everybody's album. I had the privilege of being in Hawaii working on Kanye's album.
Nice.
So I did some drums on there, like here and there. It was random stuff on his album. But just being in the studio with him was, I can't really get into details about his album.
Because we know we're nosy. We know we want to know. Everybody wants to know what's going on with whatever, so.
I mean, the album's amazing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, he got some real big guests on the album, but what's more important is he's bringing it back to that Kanye, like, boom bap sound. So I'm excited about that.
Okay.
But just being in the studio with him, I just did some stuff with Nas, too, for his next album.
Okay.
Shout out to Nas. But it was just cool being in the studio with these guys,
So
I do Shade 45 every Thursday. I do Jam at 94.5 in Boston every Saturday. I do K-Don out in Santa Cruz, California. And I'm about to start a New York situation. You'll know about it by the time this comes out. What you want to do in life, then you got to make your life about it. And if you got, your girlfriend holding you up, and you got, like you said, your job, your kids, whatever, you got to sacrifice something. So if it means you got to be selfish and really focus on yourself for a while until you get established, that's what you got to do. And it sounds, I'm not an asshole. I'm being honest.
We got Slaine's album coming out October.
Word with No Skies, October 26th, everywhere. New video, 99 Bottles, is out right now. The singles on iTunes. go get the pre-order. Follow me on Twitter at Slaine's World, Facebook, all that good stuff.
And then we got
1982, October 26th, in 100 Proof Sync stores now. You know, we still got videos coming out from that. ShowOffHipHop.com, got all the information.
all right. Thank you again.
99 bottles up here on the wall, 99 problems in your hair and more, 99 ways, 99